What is going on, people? K Bruce here. Here they do discussing the video on Sheamus and why I believe he should turn heel and actually join the Authority in the future. Now, first things first, I'm a fan of Sheamus, but I do admit that his character has gotten pretty stale and boring. Or, with the 1-800 fella, the corny jokes and all that. And you can see the fans are starting to turn on Sheamus, and they really are starting to boo him. And I actually thought that he was going to turn heel when after he won the United States Championship, but it never happened. He still continued to be a babyface. And I really think that if Sheamus turned heel, he should actually join the Authority because if you think about it, Batista, he quit. He's gone to promote Guardians of the Galaxy, and they need a real power force, somebody who's strong that can actually be, the big guy in the group. And I know people might say Kane, but let's be honest, people. Kane is not what he used to be. Kane is not a threat. He's been kind of overused to me, and this is coming from a Canaanite. I'm a big fan of Kane. When he was in his prime, this dude was a beast. He was the real deal. He was decked out in muscle. The Kane was a legitimate threat, but now it's just Kane. They're kind of just milking Kane out in real pretty much. I agreed with that. I heard that from the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show. If you guys watch TV tracks, they're the podcast group. I really because think about it, they did Corporate Kane and Demon Kane, and it just seems like Kane is just overused and just using them for whatever how many few years he has left to actually work in the ring. But by turning Sheamus heel, I thought about this, and this actually could work. You can make Sheamus turn heel by attacking Daniel Bryan because you can have actually Daniel Bryan and Sheamus feud, and you kind of say, well, they kind of feuded before, but they didn't really have a strong feud. It was kind of just like if Sheamus won the Royal Rumble, they had a match, and then they had a rematch, and that was it. Because you can actually have Sheamus attack Daniel Bryan, and then he can be like, Daniel Bryan didn't create the Yes Movement. I did. I created the Yes Movement when I knocked Daniel Bryan out in WrestleMania 28 and beat him in 18 seconds to become the World Heavyweight Champion. And that Daniel Bryan owes everything that he has to me. And Triple H knows that I'm the one that created it, and I'm the only one that can kill the Yes Movement. Because if you think about it, what they did with Seth Rollins, how Seth Rollins turned heel, which I thought was a good move. And, he talked about how, he created the Shield and he's the one that could destroy it. And you can do the same thing with Sheamus and bring him heel, tell him to say, hey, I'm the one that can destroy the Yes Movement. And, Sheamus is a big guy. He can work really well in the ring, which is one thing I disagree with a lot of people. People like to say Sheamus can wrestle. The dude can wrestle. He's 270 pounds. It's pretty impressive that he can move the way he can around in the ring. Just because he doesn't have a style that of a Daniel Bryan or CM Punk doesn't mean, somebody can't wrestle. Cesaro doesn't have that similar style to Daniel Bryan, but Cesaro can wrestle, right? But I really think by turning Sheamus heel, you can also bring a little bit more importance to the United States Championship, even though the mid-card titles don't really mean much, and I don't really understand why. I mean, all you have to do is put somebody in a feud and, really make the title mean something, but they just choose to give it to somebody. They hold on it for a while. They have a few title defenses here and there with no storylines. I just don't get it. But by having Sheamus there, whoever beats Sheamus for the U.S. title would actually, that would be an important win for whoever up and coming babyface. And I think so too, because Sheamus and Triple H do have history, and he would be to fit in that group. You already have Seth Rollins, and you add in Sheamus to be the real power guys. I think that would be great, for a good role for Sheamus to do, because for a while now it just seems like they don't have anything planned for Sheamus. I mean, I know he's in the Money in the Bank ladder match, main event for the world title. But still, I mean, it just seems like he doesn't have any direction, and by putting him with the Authority, it would give him something to do. And I think that'd be cool for him to turn heel. And there's always the comparison with him and John Cena. Because I do admit though there are times where Sheamus does seems like an unstoppable force, especially when his run during 2011 when he turned babyface and he was just unstoppable on SmackDown. I mean, he did not lose one match. It was ridiculous to how many times he wins, and that's why I always make the joke of, oh, Sheamus lost. Because that's a big deal because he rarely loses. But because I don't want Sheamus to end up like a John Cena where he stays babyface forever, and then the fans really boo him, and it's the same thing. See, if Cena would have turned heel years ago, I think there would be more interest in his character, and people wouldn't dislike Cena as much as they do. But Sheamus is really starting to imitate Cena, not imitate, but really become almost like a John Cena too, in the sense that the way he's booked and being a babyface and not very rarely losing matches. So that's why I believe a heel turn would be very important for Sheamus, because I don't want to see him go down that road. I don't think he deserves that. But yeah, I really think if they do a storyline with him and Daniel Bryan, him joining the Evolution, being like the new enforcer, that'd be great for Sheamus. And you know that makes sense. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. By Sheamus turning heel, you know, talking about him be the one that created the yes movement, and he's the only one that can kill it. Leave your thoughts down below. I really think that'd be a good storyline for WWE to do. But leave your thoughts on maybe what you think how Sheamus should turn heel. Thanks for listening on this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a good day.